Welcome back, everyone. If there is an issue that has generated much debate in these past few days, it is that of hate speech, the red line, and what marks crossing that red line. Who draws the red line anyways, and who is crossing it? Let's continue with the conversation. Let me allow my guest in Abuja, Mr. Gatima Liman, to land on that line of thought that he had just before we went on that break. And the question again will be, every government and every opposition before any election will always say they will restructure Nigeria and they will clamor. But it looks so much that there is always a shying away from the real essence of restructuring. Do you think that we need to restructure urgently?
So I'm a student of strategy. My major concern when there is a problem in a country is to do what you call SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. At the moment, as I'm speaking to you, the major concern about concern for Nigerians is the economy and the economy. You know, because things are not moving as they should, even though a lot of good effort has been made by His Excellency, the APC, the Buhari administration. But a lot needs to be done. For instance, I was given an example before you went on the break, the need to optimize the oil and gas industry. As I'm speaking to you right now, Ibe Ekechukwu, the former Minister of State, or still the Minister of State for Petroleum, had repeatedly come out when the administration came on stream that by about now, Nigeria would have had its own refineries and all that kind of a thing. That would have made completely the cost of doing business much easier, because the cost of petroleum, whether you're talking about agricultural sector, the solid minerals development sector, or shipping, it's about 60% of the overheads. So if you are able to address that issue frontally, you would have been able to, A, generate substantial amount of foreign exchange. As I said in the opening speech, that Nigeria required something close to about $100 billion because of the huge size of the economy. If you go to Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, up to Kano, up to Onisha, up to Port Harcourt, huge population. So it's Nigeria, the major problem facing us. It's not about restructuring, about the beauty of how the political structure, the matrix, whether it's matrix structure, whether it's a state structure, or whether it's a regional structure. No, that's not the issue. The issue is that what are we going to do today for tomorrow?
Interesting. We're since being joined by a leadership development expert, Mr. Linus Okori, in our Abuja studio. Maybe I should allow you just weigh in quickly on the issue that we're about to enter into before I come to Lagos with Mr. Odiel Femu here. Hate speech, and there's been a red line being drawn, and the fact that that narrative has been linked to terrorism, that the vice president said that much. Why do you think that lately we have this kind of agitations across our land?
The truth of the matter is that when people have experienced deficit of leadership capital over a period of time that has manifested to, we'll call it marginalization, or call it all sort of poverty that even cuts across all systems in this country and tribes. You know, as you take a look at it, when there's huge level of poverty in the land as a result of deficit of leadership capital, one of the greatest things that I think that is needed right now in our great country is a call for visionary leadership across board, across states, across local government areas. We need a huge mindset revolution, mindset transformation, where people can understand that a position of leadership is supposed to be an opportunity to serve the people. We need a sense of justice. When leaders have a sense of justice and a sense of merit, what usually happens is that, you know, we will promote the pursuit of the common good, you know, better than the pursuit of self. What is going on in this country for over a long period of time is that most people want to go to seek political office are thinking about self, not even in the context of the people that they represent. And so if we must shift this conversation, restructuring is very good, but guess what? If we restructure with a mindset that has not captured the pursuit of the common good, you will see people would actually, you know, go back to their, you know, specific, states, you know, as the case may be, and they will still continue to do wrong. So what I will be asking for in this country, Nigerian people must say enough is enough. We must begin to throw up leadership capital that is sound, that have a sense of integrity, leadership capital that has a sense of vision, leadership capital that think about the common good more than anything else. People who can sacrifice.
Mr. Okori, a lot of people.
There's been a lot of poverty in this country.
If I may quickly butt in, I'm sorry. A lot of people who perhaps think in this line, a lot of people who think otherwise will say, even the leadership recruitment process or the bank of our leadership recruitment is faulty. Do you agree? Where do we even start from anyways? Do we have a political leadership recruitment bank anyways?
The greatest service that the current president of our great country and his vice president, the greatest gift they can give to this country will be a free and fair election. Ensure that we will create a system of fortify INEC such that they can provide the people of Nigeria with a credible election, whereby even the security forces will all commit to that mandate. When we achieve that mandate of a credible election, demonetize the process, whereby only quality men and women will be thrown up into seeking positions of respect and honor. Once that is done, whereby the winner of the election, even if somebody doesn't have money and he is committed, he has integrity, he has honor, and his people decide to choose him, there won't be any kind of getting that person not to be represented because somebody at the back door is trying to force his own will rather than the will of the people. And we can see what happened in Kenya most recently, where the Supreme Court judges said the election must be cancelled and let's have a rerun. Can we have a system whereby our institutions that are supposed to preside over electioneering system in this country, can we strengthen those institutions? If the president says, I don't even want to run again, or the vice president says, I don't even want to run again, all I want is to make sure that anybody who wins election in this country, if it's the popular will of the people, let that person be sworn into office. If that is done, I can tell you the truth, a lot of the people who have destroyed this country, who are now seeking to come back to run for political office because they know that they have stolen a lot of money and they are waiting to distribute the money to the people that they are impoverished so far. Until we destroy that system, then we cannot enthrone the kind of leadership I'm talking about. Visionary leadership that people will seek for political office, not for their pockets.
Let me quickly come to Mr. Odiofemun here.